welcome to God's 5 Minutes with Pastor Ed Wilson. Reach him at gods5minutes@gmail.com. Now, here's Ed Wilson with God's 5 Minutes.
Hello, friends. Whatsoever thy hand find to do, do it with thy might, for there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom in the grave whither thou goest. So wrote Solomon in Ecclesiastes 10:9, he being a man who had pondered long and deeply about life, and been gifted by God with wisdom to guide his musings. So, let's see what we can learn. First point is, we're all in different situations in life. Some of them we can control, and some of them we can't. If you happen to live in Detroit, Michigan, and rather be in Biloxi, Mississippi, you can probably move there. But if you happen to be born left-handed, left-handed you shall be, and there's nothing to do but make the best of it. At the core of Solomon's message is the fact that life was meant to be lived, and the people who greet it, however it comes to them, with zest, love the opportunities it affords, and resolve to live it fully, are going to be the most fulfilled in this world. None of us get to do whatever we want all the time. Every job has its moments of tedium, its unpleasant chores, its disagreeable duties. If you want to make them worse, you can procrastinate them, try to shuffle them off onto others, dawdle over them, and make them seem endless. If your life situation allows it, far better to face the things you'd rather not do head on and figure out the most efficient way of doing them. If, for instance, you happen to be a person who doesn't like to make the bed, Solomon's advice would mean, do it when you first arise in the morning, instead of having the ugly vulture of slovenly dread riding your shoulders all day and an uninviting bed to greet you in the evening. You feel like you've already achieved something to launch the day. Do it with thy might. Have you ever shaken hands with someone whose grip made you feel like you just grabbed a handful of tissue paper? These words are meant to inspire us, to cause us to reflect on the fact that every one of our lives are rich in opportunity, if we choose to view them that way. Seize life by the horns, face its challenges, use whatever it throws at you to measure yourself and the gifts God has given you, to make yourself its master instead of groveling like a whipped puppy at the feet of every threat and bluster. Solomon bolstered his advice by saying there is no work, nor device, nor knowledge, nor wisdom beyond this life. Clever engineers have learned to harness the power of electricity, and it has dramatically improved life on this planet. The great dams with their built-in electricity-generating equipment, transformers, high-tension power lines, and residential wiring right down to the carefully thought-out design of a duplex receptacle don't mean anything beyond the grave. In just this way, we are surrounded with a tremendous number of devices invented by work and applied with knowledge that touch every part of our lives, from health to communications to transportation to endlessness. That's what Solomon meant we are to do. The programmer who designs the apps that can control the heating and cooling in our homes or help us diagnose what plant diseases are affecting our rose bushes had to learn that skill by diligently learning the lessons people who lived before learned when they did what they were doing with their might. The might of intellect, patient study, careful commitment to fathoming the mysteries of our universe. Life has stages. When people are young, the contours of our career are not yet firmly cemented in place by years past and decisions made. It's a time to study and work to understand this vast, mysterious world in which we have been placed. Youth tends to be replaced by years of power when a person's ability to achieve is at its highest point. Then is a time of maximum effort, for the talents exercised then are going to determine the extent and value of a person's contribution to his character and benefit to his fellows. And there is a stage of decline, with its own challenges demanding as much courage as any other. Solomon concluded his admonition by pointing out, our time to seize life by the horns ceases at life's ends. So it's a thing for you and me to do. Have you talked to God today?
You have been listening to God's 5 Minutes with Pastor Ed Wilson. Reach him by email at godsfiveminutes@gmail.com. Tune in next time to hear more encouraging thoughts from God's Word on God's 5 Minutes with Pastor Ed Wilson.